Hi friends, welcome back. I am Tara T with Old Soul Factory over here on YouTube, and this week we are doing another color challenge. If you watched, I think it was 2 videos ago now, I did a little color challenge whatever I made was in one color, okay? So we picked pink for the week. So everything that we made, you can kind of see all the pink up here in the corner, but everything we made was in the color pink. It didn't matter what shade, what kind of yarn, none of that. It was just kind of a fun challenge to get me out of my comfort zone a little bit and give me a push to at least get started on some projects. I know it's kind of intimidating when I have this like huge list of patterns and this huge list of colors to pick from. So this has made it a little bit easier, I feel like, in my opinion, to kind of sit down and pick projects based on the color selection that we have for the week. Now, if I was doing something like only using cotton yarns or something, I would see how this would be much harder because like you can make anything in any color, I feel like, a little bit more. But like for some animals, like some animals only make sense in certain colors, and like certain variegations only work with certain patterns and those kinds of things. So it gives you a little bit more guidance, especially for plushie making at least, to kind of narrow down what you're actually going to sit down and work on. So with that in mind, I have already started working on a few projects. I'm going to roll some clips of those really quickly, and then I will recap on what we have started for this week. So as you can see, if you watched the last video, we made a pink bandana. I loved that bandana so much, and I wanted to make another wearable kind of item to kind of get me started for this video. Something small, quick, easy, kind of motivates me for these kinds of things. So I went ahead, and I've had my eye on this pattern since she started working on it, but I went ahead and made the kelp bucket hat by Passionate Kelsey. I love this hat. Honestly, the color choices are so pretty. These are both lily sugar and cream colors, but this variegated one, oh my goodness, I love this color so much. But it turned out very adorable. I know that some people are gonna be like, this color right here is not very purpley. I understand it is kind of more pinky, fuchsia-y colored, but it matched really well with the purple and the variegated purple color, so I went ahead and used it. I'm sorry it's not 100% purple, probably to a lot of you, but I think it turned out really adorable for me. I think it's, I added a few more rows. I actually added 2 more rows around like the cap. It was looking very short in my opinion in here, and I think that's because that one variegated yarn is slightly lighter, a little bit of a different weight, a little bit of a lighter, less thick almost than the other yarns, even though it's the same weight and everything on the actual label. So I maybe should think about that next time before we get started, but it turned out adorable nonetheless. The brim's just a little bit bigger, a little bit more floppy than the pattern originally had, and I feel like, but it's very cute. I also made one of the cutest things I've made in a long time. I didn't actually end up even having any clips because I got this done so quickly, and I will have to put the pattern here on the screen because it was actually a free pattern on Ribbler, and I was trying to find something new, something different, right? But I wanted to make it in the color purple, so then I looked up, I was trying to figure out purple themed things, and then I found a lot of my friends suggested something grape themed, and I was trying to find a pattern, and then I found some like fruit themed cows, and I was like, what if I just made like a purple cow? Not necessarily like grape themed, but like purpley colors, you know, so it's kind of like a grape cow. So I came across this adorable little cow pattern. How cute is this? This is adorable. And again, this pattern was actually free on Ribbler, and it turned out so perfect in this Sweet Snuggles light size. Honestly, you made all of the feet, and then you completed the body, then you did the head, and then you sewed it on. So you also did the ears. You made them beforehand and you sewed them into the round as well. You were also supposed to sew on the little horns, but I just did bobble stitches where I knew they were gonna go anyways. I believe there's 7 stitches between the ears, so I just did 1 stitch right between the ears and the horns, and then 3 stitches in between, and then I just put the bobbles in there in case you look up this pattern and you're curious on how I did that. But everything else I kept the same, I believe. She also had a part in the pattern to sew on a little heart patch that you crocheted and then you sewed it on. I just went back and embroidered a couple little heart spots instead, and then I added some little tassels to the tail as well. But I think that part was mentioned in the pattern, but it turned out adorable. I saw it and instantly was like, this is adorable. And she did it in like velvet yarn, I think, but in Sweet Snuggles Light, like this multicolor and this purple color together, this is gonna be hard to beat for the week. I can't lie to you, this is gonna be really hard to beat. So officially, I technically have 2 things done for the week. And then I went ahead and started a 3rd. I'm very excited about this one too. I'm not very far into it, so you haven't missed much at all. But I was talking with my mom and I was like, do you have any suggestions on what I should make? And I was kind of thinking about a unicorn or another cow, and I had mentioned that to her. And she's like, why don't you try my unicorn pattern? So I am currently working on that. It's gonna be so cute. I am using the cutest yarn colors for this. I feel like I'm using this Premier Basics tie-dye yarn again. This one is the color Flower Child, and yes, I understand it does have pinks in it. I don't have a lot of purple yarns realistically. This little section, like right here, these like 4 colors are technically all I really have, and it's just like a lilac purple, a dot burnout purple, and then those 2, the marbly one, and then this one's more pink, I feel like, in my opinion. So like burnout wise, I don't have a lot of color options. That's why I'm kind of testing the waters with other yarns first while I decided what to make with this yarn. So this was perfect. I really liked this variegated, and it's very unicorny. I feel like the pinks and the purples, and I just felt like the other purples didn't contrast enough. So that's gonna be adorable. And then for like the actual body color, like the purple color that I'm using the Bernat Perfect Phasing yarn. I'm very excited about this, honestly. I had gotten this out. This is the color Dark Orchid. I got this out and center pulled it and I think I made just a loaf cat with it because I was trying to find some things to use this type of skeins on. And so I made a loaf cat and I sold that at, I believe it was Hobnob last fall, and then I haven't made anything else with it since. It's just sat on my shelf, and I was like, I want to get rid of this purple when we do the purple challenge. So whenever I came across this video, I was like, yes, I'm getting it out, I'm sitting it out, I have to use it while we're doing this video. So I'm working on the head right now and the little arms, so hopefully once I get done with the head and everything, I'll start on the legs, and like the body itself will kind of ombre up to like the neck part. I think that would be really, really, really cute. At least that's the goal. But if not, that's fine too. If it's still purpley, either way, I think it'll be adorable. I think it'll be really cute. I've got to pick out some eyes here in just a little bit. It's almost time to add those onto the little head, and then yes, I think that's about it for tonight. I kind of really want to go back and make another cow though, but I don't have a lot of other colors of the purple though, unfortunately, in the regular Sweet Snuggles. I thought about going onto Michael's website and literally ordering more just to make more cows in like that specific yarn, because like I said, the size, so perfect. I love this pattern so much. It makes me want to go and make a pattern like this, but honestly, if this pattern's already out there, y'all should go use it. Yeah, it's just so perfect. I have no notes. The pattern's slightly confusing. It is a free pattern. Okay, it's got pros and cons to it, but it is very cute. Honestly, I'm gonna check Michael's website real quick and see if they have the regular Sweet Snuggles back in stock. I know they don't have any more multi though. I'm very sad that they discontinued that yarn. I hadn't started using it until they were literally getting rid of it. And they had the multi skeins for just $5 a piece, which is crazy to me still. But I got some of them to try at that point because I was like, I can make turtles with them. Like, they will sell so well, and they're in such a very trendy like color palette in those yarns. So I was like, this will be easy. And then sadly, I started using it a little bit more after they had already discontinued those colors. But I want to see if they have, what else do they have? Yeah, I can only find the solid colors, but the purple color that I used is Parfait XL, which is the same weight. It's basically the exact same yarn, and this is, again, from Premier. So Premier's Parfait XL. This skein's also almost finished. It makes me really want to use the rest of it. But I think that I'm going to check Premier's website and see what yarn deals they may be having right now. Ooh, they have new colors since the last time I was on here. They have chocolate. It's like a deep brown. They have very berry, which is kind of like that fuchsia-y color that was on the bucket hat. They have teal, which is literally just teal. And then they have wine, which is a very like burgundy kind of color. Not burgundy, it's a little more purple. What's the word I'm looking for? Maroon. Cute. Don't they have Parfait XL sprinkles? I have some of those. Oh, are they disbanding this too? Because there's like, they're literally on sale for $4 each. Oh, I love the color hibiscus and Parfait and Premier yarns. Oh, it's so cute. And key lime. Some XL key lime would be really cute. Maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know. I'll find out. I will take a break and I'll find out. But I kind of want to make something else other than this unicorn right now. I'm really trying to be better about, like, if I'm not in the mood to make something, don't even start it, because I'm not going to want to finish it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch my show or do something else instead. And so I really want to do something that I would like to do. And right now, I really want to make another one of those cows. So let me see what other colors I have to maybe whip one of these out really quickly, because I don't want to make one in the exact same colors, but I know I don't have enough purple to just switch the colors, because I don't have a lot of that dark purple left. So I really liked the look of the multi, because I feel like it kind of gave it like a spotted look, a little bit more dimension probably than just using a solid color. So I want to do something that's kind of variegated or has some kind of pattern to it. The only other kind of yarn that's similar is this Parfait XL Sprinkles color, and this one is the color Petunia, and it is very, very cute. It's very like lilac, lavender-y colored with a couple specks of like a darker color, and again, kind of that fuchsia color through in there too. Okay, it must be popular. Okay, I must be smart for including that since they match so well. But I have two colors that I think would be cute with it, kind of as the solid little hoof color. I have this one, and before you come at me for this being pink, it's literally, this one's literally called lavender, like this solid color is. Yes, it is slightly kind of more of like a mauve-y lavender in my opinion, but I think it's cute nonetheless. I think it's cute. And then we have like literally just a solid purple and Sweet Snuggles. This is option number 1, and let's say this is option number 2. So maybe option number 3, but I don't want to do the exact same colors. That's my only dilemma. I don't want to do the exact same colors, and if I do the dark purple, it's basically going to be the exact same. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the lavender color. I don't use this color enough. I feel like it's a very weird color, but it does match this yarn very well, even if it doesn't show up on camera like that, but it does match very well, and I really feel like using that color. Okay, the council has spoken. We are going to be doing these two colors together. I will update you on how it goes. I don't have the same color of eyes. I used like a dark purpley, kind of pinky, galaxy looking eyes almost for these. Very adorable, turned out very cute, but I do not have another set of those in my eye kit. So I either have pink, blues, a peachy color, maybe the rainbow ones. Those are cute. By the way, these are also 28mm eyes. These are quite large. They're just regular safety eyes with washer backs. They're nothing fancy this time. I do need to place another eye order for some custom painted eyes. I have a feeling I need some more bigger eyes because I've been doing a lot of bigger projects lately and I'm going through like everything I have. So I definitely need some more safety eyes in the bigger sizes. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I specifically really want the sinker eyes. I got really into those over the last like few months, and I've gone through like almost all of them that I have except for like the smaller sizes, and those are only used for like snakes or like small plushies, and I'm in a big plushie kick lately. So if you have any fun shops or Etsy's or small businesses, drop them down below if you sell safety eyes, because I would love to support some small local like safety eye makers, because I need to buy some more eyes. I always support my girl Claire at the ADHD Hobbyist. That's where I get most of my eyes from. That's where I usually get them from. That's where I usually talk about. I checked her website, but she doesn't have everything that I need, so I need some more even than what she has. So if you have any recommendations, drop them down below. Otherwise, I'm turning on Love Island and I'm gonna get to crocheting. So last night I got cozy and I got to working, of course. And like I said yesterday, I was gonna make another one of these potentially, and I decided on my colors. You saw that already. So I finished the body last night. This is so weird to see the body without the actual head attached to it, but this is the body. It's honestly so easy to make, and then I'm getting ready to finish up the head. I think I'm gonna use these pinky holographic kind of glitter eyes. I think that they matched this color on the end pretty well. You can see it's kind of purpley shifting-ish. So I think I'm going to use that for the eyeballs. And we're going to see how it turns out. These are the same kind of eyes that I used on the other one, but I think just like that, it'll be super adorable. I know, again, it's kind of more pink than purple in the eyes, but this is my challenge. I make up my own rules, okay? Okay. With that being said, I'm getting ready to snap the eyes into place. I think on the other one, I had to get the other one out to check and see how far apart I place the eyes. I did it a little bit differently than what she had in the pattern, I feel like, just because I used much bigger eyes than what she originally had on her pattern. But I basically placed them between rows 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like she suggests, and then I have 4 stitches in between, and she has 7 stitches apart, but I'm using such a big eye that I'm just, you know, placing them a little bit closer still. I'm gonna try 1 more stitch apart. I feel like they're just a little too close at the moment. How do we feel about that? I feel like that, well, once it gets stuffed, it'll be a little bit closer, but that's definitely further apart than the other one, and I really, really, really like the placement on the first one though. Maybe it's not. Yeah, the left one was 1 stitch further down, I feel like. Okay, I moved it up just a little bit. This is what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna snap these safety eyes in real quick, and then I will be back whenever I sew on the head and the details and show you the final product. So I'll be back shortly because I want to get this one finished tonight, because it just needs me to finish the head and sew on the details. And again, like I was talking about yesterday, it has her sew on like the little horns you're supposed to make ahead of time, and then you sew them on. I again put 1 stitch, bobble, 3 stitches, bobble, and then 1 stitch between the ears. So I just spaced out little bobble stitches, and I'm not pushing them out yet because I prefer personally to do the row after and then push them out. I think it's easier for me to find that top V stitch and make sure I'm only going through that top V and not through more of the bobble stitches. So I wait to do that until after I'm done with the next row. So that's why they look kind of weird right now, but I'm gonna wrap this up and then I'll be back in a second to show you the final cap. I have finished the little cow, and let me tell you, I am literally obsessed with this little pattern. Let me pull up who it's by again. Again, it is free on Ribbler, which is so surprising to me, but it's by Zeb's Crafty Corner. I loved this pattern. It turns out so cute. It works up so quickly. You make the legs, you sew them into the body real quick, and obviously you sew the body, and then you make the head and you sew it on real quick. Honestly, it's a very easy cow pattern, and with this yarn in particular, it turns out to be a great size. What I should really do next is make it in some other yarn sizes and kind of see what sizes it turns out to be. I feel like this, I could easily get like $25–30 out of this, like no problem at all. I also need to time myself probably on the next one and decide how much to charge for this. But we finished the second one. This one's more of like a lavender kind of color. I love how it turned out. Again, I sewed a couple spots on the back, but I feel like that's not necessarily necessary. I feel like I said that in the last video too, and I was like, I can't find another word. It's not mandatory, you know, it's not essential to the project, but it turns out very cute like that. I put 2 little like kind of heart spots on its back though. I thought it was extra cute like that. So they both have little heart spots. It does have a little patch to make in the pattern, but I did not do that because I did not want to sew on another piece to make it a little bit more market friendly. But it turns out adorable. Again, I just bobble stitched the horns. It makes me want to make this pattern in Bernat in a bigger size, just to make my own version of it and the bobble stitches, and maybe even chain out and make the ears my own a little bit kind of deal. But this idea of kind of how it's put together is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of my Tice the Turtle pattern in a way, but it turns out very adorable and I love it. So we officially have like a more of like a grape inspired one and like a little lavender inspired little cow. I feel like I'm going to be making more of these in some other colors as the series goes along, but this officially means that we have 3 items total. We have this one, and we have the bucket hat that we made. And again, I haven't worked on the unicorn anymore, but I do have it sitting by and ready. I've just, whenever I fall in love with the pattern, I fall in love with the pattern, and I feel like I need to make a few of them, and this is definitely the case for this. So that's how you can always tell if I'm like really obsessed with the pattern, I feel like. So adorable, love it so much. I'm gonna put these in my little stockpile for now. I have so many things. Okay, this is a side note, but I have so many things I need to tag. We did the one skein challenge, we did the pink video, we did a mini series, which I don't tag the mini ones usually, at least, so those will just get thrown in a bin. But I've made so many things and they are piling up back here behind me, and they need to be tagged. Some of those things are already tagged, but I have so many things that need to be tagged, and my next show isn't until like the end, well, the middle of October really. So I still have about a month until the next show still. But again, I usually don't have this much time between shows, so I will just make, and then like the week of the market I will tag everything. But obviously in this case I can't do that because there's literally so many things that need to be tagged, and at this point I'm gonna start forgetting how long it took me to make each project, to properly price them all. I know that my mom writes all of hers down in a notebook, how long it took her, but I'm bad about timing myself, but I am really good about remembering how long it took once I know how long it took. So I just need to pay attention a little bit more next time when I make this pattern. So again, I don't really have any other purple colors to make this in, so this will probably be the only 2 for this video unless we use burnout or something. But I can't get over them. They're such a cute size. They're so huggable. I want to make my own version, like I said, and call them little huggamals. And I just think that would be adorable because they're just so perfect. They're just like, I feel like these would be really good too if I made them in a bigger size and maybe made them weighted as well. I think this would be a really adorable pattern. So if you're interested in something like that, let me know. Like I said, this one is free. This is a free pattern though. But I feel like if I made it in Bernat, it would turn out so tiny for the time that it takes. And I usually try to find patterns that are perfectly sized in Bernat because that's what I use the most, of course, over here. And this would definitely turn out too small in Bernat since this is like extra large jumbo yarn. So I need to revisit that. Maybe let me know down below if you'd be interested in like a little huggamole pattern kind of idea. But I think that would be really successful, I feel like. And everybody loves a good cow pattern, especially if it's an easy one. I did make like I have my Percy the pig and Casey the camel. I have those 2 patterns, and those are little 4-legged patterns, and I love how those turn out. But I just think that there's a lot of 4-legged cows, but more of like a splooting cow like this might do a little bit better. I don't know. Let me know. Like I said, let me know down in the comments. We'll have a discussion about it down there, and then I'll go from there. But I think this would be really cute like that. So I'm gonna add them to my pile over here, of course. and then I am heading to bed. It is much later than it probably should be for me to get some sleep, and I do have work tomorrow, and I'm going on a little trip this weekend. So tomorrow after work, I'm going to be packing. I'm going to be wrapping up this unicorn hopefully, and we can wrap up this video so I can get it edited for you guys. But that's my plans for now. So get sleep and then come back and revisit you guys. Hello friends, I am back, and this is the last night for crocheting purple things for this video. I have one goal and one goal only. I want to finish crocheting my unicorn. It is so cute already. I don't have much more to do on it. I just have to finish up the head and then make the legs / body, and it'll basically be done. So I'm like, I would say probably about a third of the way there if I had to guess. It's been really easy so far though, and I've really enjoyed this pattern. Again, it's June the Unicorn by Stacy Makes / Apple Tree Boutique, and I love it so much. It's so adorable, so cute. I can't wait to finish this up here in a little bit. So I'm going to continue on this really fast, and then I will update you once I'm done and show you everything that we made for the week and wrap up this video. Also, I got my hair done. I don't even know if you can really tell. I just got it touched up. So like it's maybe a little bit blonder, a little bit closer to the top basically. I like to keep my roots blended though because I don't go to get my hair done very often, and my hair grows pretty fast lately. So I just try to keep it a little blended at the roots so it grows out a little bit easier and it doesn't have like a literal like straight line of blonde. So it's a little blended a little bit more. I just got it done though. It always, I don't know, it always looks the best like a day or two after I feel like I get it done. So it's cute though, and I got my eyebrows done, which is why my face is a little red, as you can probably see, but it's fine, it's fine. I feel like every time I get my eyebrows waxed, I'm like, I don't know if I'm like allergic to the stuff that's in the wax or what, but I get very itchy, and so like my eyes are like itching right now for some reason, and it's driving me insane. Like I feel like I can see little floaties in my eyes almost, and it's just making me paranoid, and I want to itch my eyes so bad, but I shouldn't. Anyways, I'm happy. I feel so cute today, and I've got work super early tomorrow, so I need to finish this up for tonight, and we need to, you know, get to bed very soon. These are the eyes I picked. I feel like they were pinky, purpley, matching the vibe for this week. Time to put them on. Time to put them on. Hi guys, so obviously we finished up our purple recording video. I have everything that we made for the week. We are done for the week. As you saw, we started off strong with our little kelp bucket hat. I love this hat. I love this pattern. Definitely want to go back and make it with less rows. I know I said I added them myself, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go back and I need to redo this at some point and make a little less rows, but I think it's cute. It's a little more wavy, and I think somebody will just fall in love with it for that. And as you can see, I went ahead and added my cute little tags on there as well. So I love how this turned out, and the color combo is adorable. And then you saw that we tried these cute new little cow patterns. I love these guys. I want to make them in every single color now. I want to make a video just making these. They turned out so cute. I love both of the color combinations. I still think I like the dark purple more, okay? It's hard to pick a favorite, but I do think I like the dark purple more just because it's a little more contrasting than this one, but still both very adorable. I don't know exactly how much I'm going to charge for these. Like I said, I think I could easily get away with charging like 20 to 25, probably 25 to 30 honestly. So I might stick a $25 tag on them for now, just because they are a bigger yarn. If I make my Tysa turtles, which takes almost the same amount of time honestly, I do charge 20 for those in this yarn size. So hit up this pattern. Loved it. And then the final thing that we finished, you saw a couple little snippets of here at the end, was the project we've been working on throughout the week, and this is June the unicorn. Okay, she is a pretty little princess. We love her so much. She turned out adorable as well. My favorite part about this pattern is honestly the ombre. We did the ombre, we did the thing, okay? As Miss Stacy would say, we did the thing. So we did the arms first, so obviously they're the darkest, and then we did the head from front to back, so you can kind of see how it starts to shift, and then we did the legs, this one, and then this one. As you can see, this one's like a little bit darker. That's the only thing about the ombre yarn and plushies that kind of gets to me sometimes, but otherwise she's adorable. We used some really cute hot pink eyes, and this yarn was adorable for this project as well. And her pattern includes an overall version and a dress version as well, which I think is so adorable and perfect and versatile, and you just get like a lot of different versions in one pattern, which is really amazing. So I'll put that up here on the screen as well, so you guys need to go get this pattern, like I said. And she has just released this, so this is one of her new ones, but she has a bunch of other ones too that she's making, like a fancy pants collection, which I think is so cute. Such a perfect little name for a collection as well. But she's making other animals like these that have the overall, the dress, and it has accessories too. There's like a bandana and some other things I think in the pattern as well, so definitely go check that out as well, or go comment on her recent video over on Stacy Makes channel and tell her that I sent you her way, because her videos are also amazing as well if you want to go check her out and see her point of view on what she makes week to week as well. So, but my favorite part's probably still that I use the sparkly yarn on the unicorn, and in like the unicorn horn, and then the hair as well. I just think it adds a little whimsicalness to the pattern, which is what I absolutely loved about this. So with that being said, we did 4 plushies for the week, but 3 patterns. But I did have a lot going on this week. I had celebrated my year anniversary with my boyfriend, so we went out of town and we did some really fun things and hung out with some friends, and it was well deserved. Nice little trip and a nice little long weekend getaway and stuff too. So I had so much fun this week, and I'm just so excited to keep crocheting and keep sharing what I'm making with you guys. And yeah, comment down below a little cow emoji if you watched to the end of the video. As you know, I love doing that, and I love seeing who ends up watching all of my videos as well and replying to you guys. And if you have any questions in the comments, drop them down below. I'll be more than happy to provide you with some answers as long as I can. And if you need me, you know where to find me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!